Yo guys, what's up? This is Riding on D2 here, and today I'm gonna be talking about a really interesting topic that many people have been asking me and many others actually. But I got like a lot of people asking me about this thing, that is which bike to go between RS200 and RC200, not 390, between RS200 and RC200. So yeah. Today, I've actually gathered a lot of information about these two bikes. So I'm gonna be talking about the basic feature specifications and a lot of stuff. So correct me if I'm wrong anywhere. Alright, so coming for the basic stuff like displacement and power and torque and gear, the RS200 and RC200 both have the same displacement, that is 199.5 cc, and also generate about the same power, that is the RS200 generates 24.2 bhp at 9750 rpm and RC200 generates 24.65 at 10,000 rpm. That is almost the same anyways. So and the torque, coming to the torque, RS200 generates 18.6 newton meters of torque at 8000 rpm, while RC generates a little higher, that is 19.2 newton meters of torque at the same 8000 rpm. Both the bikes comes with a 6-speed transmission, and alright, so what next? The seat height. The RS200 is a little bit lower than the RC200. That is the seat height is around 805 millimeters approximately on RS200, and it is 820 millimeters in RC200. That is a little bit higher, that is 15 millimeters higher. Well, yeah, and the ground clearance, this is one of the major thing in Indian roads, because you don't want your bike to hit the speed breakers in here, as the speed breakers are really high. So yeah, the RS200 ground clearance is 157 mm, and the same with the RC200 loaded with the passenger and the fuel and all that stuff. So yeah, and the curb weight, this is one of those crucial things. The RS200 weighs 165 kgs and RC200 weighs 137.5 kg dry. So this is where RC200 just skyrockets, because that gives a power to weight ratio of 146 bhp per ton for RS200 and 160.4 bhp per ton for RC200. That is a lot. That is around 16 bhp extra approximately per ton. So it's obvious RC is gonna be a little quicker. So, and the fuel tank capacity. The RS200 has 13 liters capacity, and RC200 has just 9.5 liters, in which I guess 1.5 is reserve, I think so, correct me if I'm wrong. So and the exhaust, well, the RS200 comes with a single right side exhaust, and the RC200 has a underbelly exhaust just like the Duke 200, and that's where stuff actually differs. And both the bikes are fuel injected liquid cooled bikes. And coming to suspension, well, the RS200 comes with telescopic with anti-friction bush in the front, and nitrox monox well, that was hilarious. Nitrox monoshocks with canister in the rear. Well, these shocks are really soft, it's perfect for city rides and highway rides, touring. It's perfect for touring. Well, RC200's got WP upside down forks in the front and WP suspension in the rear, so they're pretty stiff. So yeah, that is the basic stuff, basic features, what you call it as. And next I'm gonna be talking about the stuffs like brakes, lights and tires. Coming to the brakes, the RS200 and RC200 both comes with a 300 mm disc in the front and 230 mm disc in the rear. Well, RC200's got a steel braided lining for the brakes, and RS got the usual rubber stuff or plastic, I don't know, well it must be rubber. So I personally feel RC's braking is pretty sharp, as it's lighter and having the same diameter as what RS also has. So I feel RC200 braking is pretty good compared to RS200, as RS is a little bit on the heavier side. Well, next is tires. The RS200 comes with a 110 mm, sorry, not 110, it's 100, 80 and 17 tubeless tires. That is the front, and rear is 130/70 and 17 tubeless tires. So 17 is gonna be the radius of the tires. Well, the RC comes with 110/70/17, and that is the front tires, and the rear is 150/60 and 17 inches alloys. So yeah, the diameter of the radius of the alloys are the same in both the bikes. And yeah, alright, the brand which RS uses for the tires are MRF, Zappa, I guess, and the RC uses MRF Revs. Both the tires are like pretty, really grippy enough for the normal roads, and both has tubeless tires and alloy wheels as standard. So now coming to the lights, well, both the bikes has got the latest lights on them. That is the projector lights. Both have projectors and daytime running lights, and that is in the front. And rear, the RS200 has a crystal LED, which is really fresh in the market, but I feel it's really delicate. And for turn indicators, they have usual bulb, but for RC they have LEDs even in their rear lights and even in their indicators. So yeah, next thing is electronics. Instrument console. I don't know why I'm stammering so much. So yeah, instrument console, RS200, besides not exactly RS200, besides the usual stuffs like trip meter, clock, fuel gauge, tachometer and everything, RC200 comes with an additional stuff, that is the gear shift indicator, which is not there in RS200. And coming to the safety feature, RS200 Bajaj has done a superb job with the RS200, as they have the option of ABS, which RC200 lacks. That is a really bad thing. But RC200 has an advantage in another way, that is they have the side stand sensor, which doesn't let your bike move when the side stands are engaged. That's a really good thing, for people in here. For example, me, I used to use my dad's Activa, and I used to forget putting the stands, just taking the stands off, side stands off. Yeah, RS200 does have the the indicators over there, but imagine you don't see the console and you're just riding. So in that situation, it's a really headache. Next is the comfort. Which bike is more comfortable? So as I said, RS200 comes with a lower seat, which is really good for people who are like really short, somewhere around 5.6 or 5.5. This bike is gonna be comfortable, while RC comes with 834 seat height. That is really high. And RS200, it's got really soft seat, and it's got high raised handlebars, that is high raised clip-on handlebars, softer suspension, and yeah, I feel the RS200 is more comfortable than RC200. Like, you can just say that, because RC's got higher seating, their seat padding is really hard, and the clip-ons are also like really low compared to the RS, and the suspensions are hard. And the only thing is that the bike is a little lighter, but then you don't feel that thing, because you know you already have your wrist hurting because you're in like completely a lot forward bias position. So in comfort, RS200 is the best compared with RC200. And other features like the basic features which both the bikes have are electric start, kill switch, pillion footrest, pillion grab rails, which is really good in RS200 because it's really under the seat and it's more looking cooler. And they both have step up seat and passway lights. So yeah, finally coming to the service. I don't think so I need to say about Bajaj. Bajaj is an Indian brand and they have their service center in every corner of the city, man. But even KTM is almost close to that. They have many service centers open in the past. Like for example, in my place I have like around 3 KTM service centers in around 50-kilometer stretch. So yeah, even that's not, KTM is not bad. But compared to Bajaj, KTM doesn't have much service centers around. And yeah, the spares and service charges are gonna be a little bit higher with KTM, as they have to get stuff imported, whereas the Bajaj is like Indian brand and it's made in here, so it's gonna be pretty cheap compared to RC200. And as far as personal maintenance is concerned, both the bikes are semi-naked bikes. It is little hard to clean the bikes, as there are tight spots which can't be reached with our hands, but I feel KTM is a little easier to clean, as it doesn't have much tight spot compared to RS200, where RS200 is like a really edgy and sharp in every direction. So yeah, final conclusion, I would say, if you are that person who wants a really soft ride, who rides only in city and a little bit in highway, and you do a lot of tours, then RS200 is the bike for you, because it's got soft suspension, soft seat, low seat height, high raised clip-ons, ABS option, fully fed bike, larger fuel tank which helps in long tours, and yeah, well, if you are the person who goes for a lot of track days and you want a lot of performance in your bike and you don't mind about the comfort and fuel efficiency and anything, you just want a bike which performs good, which looks good, which is sexy. Even RS200 is a sexy bike, but I personally like the looks of RC200. So if you're that person who wants like really a lot of performance in your bike and you don't mind about anything, getting your wrist hurt or back hurt or anything, and you want that really a super bike kind of bike, which is yeah, then I would definitely recommend you the RC200, as it's got hard suspension which is really good in high speeds, and it's got low clip-ons which help you in getting into tuck position, and it's got low fuel tank capacity, which results in low weight, and it's got shorter wheelbase, which is really awesome while you wanna flick your bike. So yeah, that's all about it. These are the information that I gathered. You again, if you are that person who does a lot of touring, who rides in city and highways, and who doesn't go much on track and all that stuff, then go with RS200. It's seriously a really super cool bike. But if you're that person who wants that really sharp performance bike, then go with the RC200. But riding RC200 in city is completely not practical. That's what I feel, because you know, for example, the rear seat. If someone sits in the rear seat, the moment you apply brakes, is gonna be completely on you. While the RS200, I did a test drive having a pillion on the RS200, and trust me, I never felt that there's a person behind me, because the bike is like not so much aggressive, like the rear is not too high, so that you know the person sitting behind you is gonna fall on you every time you brake. But it's a really practical bike. The RS200 is a really practical bike. RC200 is a track focused bike, so it's all about you right now. What you decide is gonna happen. Well, yeah, the mileage, fuel efficiency, as Bajaj has claimed, the RS200 is gonna give you 54 km per liter, but I doubt that. So I think it might give you somewhere around 40-ish or somewhere around that, and the RC200 gives somewhere around 35 to 38 km per liter in city, and somewhere around 40 on highway, while RS200 can give 43 to 45 on highway. Well, coming to the pricing, RS200, I guess the ABS version is selling out for 1.53 lakhs in Bangalore, and RC200 is selling their bike at 1.9 lakhs approximately in Bangalore. So that's all for now, guys. If you have any doubts, or if I'm wrong somewhere, just do let me know. And yeah, do subscribe for more cool videos. If you have something to ask me, feel free to do that in the comment section. And ride hard, ride safe, take care, bye bye.